This past season has seen an alarming number of Troggoth raids upon the lands. Although lumbering and dim-witted, these creatures are deadly in large numbers, and they have laid waste to many border settlements. You have been tasked to bring back the head of the slain Troggoth king, and assigned a band of warriors to aid you. As you set off along the path of destruction the Troggoths have wrought, you discover something odd. The lie of the land does not match any of the maps you have brought with you. Instead, a savage range of jagged mountains rise from the horizon, surrounded by overgrown forests and murky swamplands. It seems the realm of Gur is bleeding into these lands, devouring them like a beast would its prey. With steely resolve, you vow to bring an end to this menace once and for all. Hey everybody, Matthew and Elijah here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to this mini narrative campaign for Age of Sigmar called The Quest to Slay the Troggoth King. Now, I didn't write this. It was actually written by Sam, a rules writer, and it was posted on the Warhammer Community. It's actually written to be a solo narrative campaign that you can play by yourself. But what fun is that when you have somebody else you could play it with? Now, if you want to play this campaign, you can go download it for free. Just go to Warhammer Community and look for the Solo Troggoth campaign. If you just search for Solo Troggoth, you should be able to find it. And what you need, ideally, you need a surface to play on, usually about the Kill Team or Warcry size, so 22 by 30 inches. Ideally, you'd have a Troggoth army with the Dankhold Trogboss and the Troggoths and the Rotgut Troggoths and the Fellwater. But if you don't have that, they give suggestions of what you can replace it with. Basically, just any other big and scary creatures from any other armies that you might have, or even counters, or placeholders, or little markers just to say where they are. And then you need your own army who's going to be hunting down. Now, I give Elijah a lot of choices, and what'd you end up choosing, Elijah? Which army? Yeah, you don't remember.
Stormcast Eternals.
Stormcast Eternals, that's right. Led by the Lord Celestant. You want to give him a name?
It's already a pretty cool name.
Well, the Lord Celestant is his title. It's not actually his name.
Nah.
No, no name, just the Lord. We're going to call him the Lord Celestant. Like, you know which one you're talking about because it's the Lord Celestant. And basically, you put together, you're supposed to pick 2 units from the army, and you can either choose a unit of 20 that has 1 wound with 6 up or worse saves, or a unit of 10 that has 1 or 2 wounds with any kind of save, or a unit of 5 that has 3 wounds, or a unit of 3 that has 4 or 5 wounds. Plus, you need to have a hero with up to 9 wounds. Now, for Elijah, I actually added in a little bit of extra, but we'll talk about that in just a second. And then we're going to go through a series of 3 missions that are all linked by story. And if Elijah can win the first 2 missions, it gives him extra bonuses to help him in the final mission to hunt the Troggoth King. But regardless of whether he wins or loses these missions, we always do proceed to the next one. And there can be casualties. People who die or models that are taken off the table can be removed permanently from the campaign. And bad things can happen too as you go into the murky swamps and the jagged mountain peaks of the realm of Gur, the realm of beasts. Are you ready to embark on your quest? Lord Celestant, the Lord Celestant.
Thank you for saying the and the Lord Celestant.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this thing. I made one little modification. I allowed Elijah to take 1 extra unit. Now, he didn't pick these units. I went to the office and grabbed these units and brought them home. Because Elijah has only really played Age of Sigmar a little bit, so he's just going to be learning a bit more as we play today. And so what we have is a Lord Celestant on foot. We have a unit of Retributors, and so because they're 3 wounds, we can only bring 5 of them. And then we have a unit of Liberators, and because they're 2 wounds, we can bring 10, and a unit of Judicators. Now Elijah is still going to be forced to only choose 2 of the units to bring, plus the Lord Celestant on each mission. After every mission, you have to roll for casualties. Any model, basically the number of models that are removed from the unit, you roll that many dice. And if you roll any 1s, then that many models are removed permanently. So if you lost 4 models, you roll 4 dice. And if you roll 2 1s, then you have 2 less models in that unit in your next game. And that's why I threw in the extra unit, just in case he suffered huge casualties. He'd still have a chance to continue with bringing the reinforcements instead. But you'll have to choose before each mission which ones you want to bring. Okay? And this is what you're up against. Trolls! We've got possibly Dankled Trogboss, the Dankled Troggoths, the Fellwater Troggoths, and the Rock Gut Troggoths will be showing up. Let's jump into our first mission. And for our Vault members, don't forget, after watching this battle report, go to the Vault to watch the next episode, which will be a fight in a mountain pass. Oof! As we try to get the Lord Celestant across into the Troggoth King's lair. Both episodes 2 and 3 are available right now in the Vault. Just click the links below to get your free 7-day trial if you're not a Vault member, or just to watch it if you are. To reach the lair of the Troggoth King, you must first travel through Strangleweed Swamp. It is a fell place filled with dark shadows and a terrible stench. In the distance, you catch a glimpse of reflected light. A half-submerged treasure lies in the swamp waters. As you approach the treasure, you hear a roar behind you. The Troggoths have found your hunting party, and now the hunters have become the hunted. In this mission, there's one objective in the center of the table. There are 2 units of Troggoths. In this case, there's going to be a unit of Fellwater and a unit of Rock Gut Troggoths. And whoever controls the objective in the middle at the end of the game wins. And if you control at the end, you get to add a treasure, which will give your Lord Celestant an upgrade. So you've got to first choose who's coming. All right, Elijah, who are you going to bring?
I'll bring these guys
The Judicators,
and these guys.
the Liberators. We're going to leave the Retributors back on reserve for now. First things first, on your long table edge, which will be over here, place all of your models within 3 inches of the edge. Stormcast Eternals have deployed within 3 inches of their side, not wholly within, just within. And then the Troggoths are deployed 15 inches away from the Stormcast Eternals. Also, as you enter the swampland, you notice that the ground upon which you stand is as dangerous as the foes that lurk in the darkness beyond. Each time a unit from your army moves, or does a charge move, then you roll a die. On a 1, it takes D3 mortal wounds. What mortal wounds are, it just means you lose that many wounds. You don't get to make any armor saves or anything. So the ground is actually quite nasty. And it does not affect the trolls, because this is their swamp. And they're coming for you. Boy. At the start of each battle round, you roll a die. On a 1, 2, or 3, I go first. In other words, the Troggoth army takes the first turn. Go ahead. Roll. Oh, you get to go first.
First, I'll be moving my
Liberators.
Liberators up. So, yes, I'm moving up. I'm gonna move my Judicators up.
And now the Lord Celestant will move just a little bit. Now I got to roll to see if anybody got hurt. Your Liberators, did they get hurt? On a 1, they did. No. Your Judicators, did they get hurt? No. And your Lord Celestant? No. Nobody got hurt by the swamp. Phew. Shooting phase. The Judicators unleash a volley at the Rock Gut Troggoths. Hitting on 3s, but they'll wait 1 on 2s. And wounding on 3s. Yikes. They all wounded. These have -1 rend, so my 5-up save is now a 6-up save, which I make 1 of. But Rock Gut Troggoths are hardy. They ignore wounds on a 5+. Oh, look at all those 5+s. Only 2 of the wounds get through. Down to 2 wounds on 1 of them. Do you want to try to charge, Elijah?
No, I do not.
So you're just going to hold?
Yeah.
Now, oh, sorry, 1 other shooting attack. He gets to hurl from his cloak as well. Does D6 shots. Oh, 6 shots. Each of them does a mortal wound on a 4+. Oh, just 1. The Rock Gut Troggoths ignore that mortal wound on a 5+. Oh, I ignore it again. Overpowered Rock Gut Troggoths. Now we have the Troggoth turn. Now, just because I'm playing them doesn't mean I'm not going to use the artificial intelligence rules that Sam came up with. So I'm actually going to do that. I'll just have control over little tiny decisions for them. So there are 3 phases, the action phase, combat phase, and battle shock phase for the Troggoth army. In the action phase, I activate the units one at a time. We'll start with our Rockgut Troggoths. We then roll a die and consult this chart, depending on whether they're in combat, close to combat, which is what they are, or if they're far away. So they're close, so I'm going to roll a d6 to see what they do. 4. That is charge. When it charges, first it gets to regenerate wounds, so you see the wounds starting to heal automatically. On a 4+, I get to heal some wounds. Oh, I do. He gets d3 wounds back. 2 of them back! He heals the 2 wounds that you did to him. He's back to full health. They then make a move, trying to get as close as possible to the enemy without breaking the rules of not getting within 3 inches. They don't get to make a shooting attack, so they're just going to charge. And they charge 8 inches and get in. This will bring them in right into combat with everybody. Next, we'll choose the Fellwater Troggoths to see what they do. They're within 12 inches as well, because Elijah moved the units forward. And they are dumbstruck, which means you see them start picking their noses and picking their butt cracks and looking for bugs and things to eat. And they do nothing at all. They don't move, they don't shoot, and even if they were in combat, they would not fight. Yeah. Into the combat phase, the Rockgut Troggoths are going to fight. Now, normally if you're playing by yourself, you would pick a model that's close to them as the quarry, and they would be forced to fight that unit. But because we have a game master in place here, I will just pick it. So the Rockgut Troggoths are going to focus all of their attacks on the Liberators. They've only got 2 attacks each, but these hit really, really hard. So they hit on 3s. Oh no, they all hit. They wound on 3s. Oh, only one of them wounds. It's -2 Ren. So your 4-up save is now a 6-up. So roll a 6, Elijah, or this will hurt you. It does not. Or, sorry, it does hurt you. You do not get the save. It does 3 damage, so it kills one of your Liberators. So kill one of your Liberators, Elijah. No, usually the one from the back, because you want to be able to fight back, right?
Okay.
Yeah, then one of them is going to get injured. Which one's going to be injured? That one? Okay, so he'll be down to 1 wound. And now you get to fight back. Do you want to fight back with your Lord Celestant first, or with the Liberators?
The Liberators.
Now, only 4 of them are really going to be able to come in here. Yeah, there's not really room for any more, but one of them is the leader, so that's good. We're going to assume that your Lord Celestant used his command ability, Furious Retribution, which gives everybody +1 to hit. Sound good?
Yeah, it does.
So they're going to hit on 3s instead of 4s. Ooh, that helped one of them. And 3s to wound. Ouch! There is no rend on these weapons, so I've got a 5-up save, which I only make 1. But then I ignore wounds on a 5+. Oh, I don't ignore any! So you did 5 wounds in total, so you kill 1, and you injure the next one down to 3. And now the Lord Celestant can fight. His Sigmarite Runeblade will hit on 2s with his command ability. They all hit. And they wound on 3s. Yikes! -1 Ren, so I get a 6-up save. Oh, I don't save any of them, but I do ignore them on 5+. What? I ignored only 1. That's 3 wounds. That's exactly how many this troll had left. So he dies. And then his Warhammer attacks hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Yikes. Got a 5-up save. I saved that one. So you only got to kill 2 of the 3 Troggoths. Then we have our Battle Shock phase. And the Troggoths actually ignore Battle Shock in this solo campaign. And your Liberators would normally have to take one because you lost a guy, but they are Bravery 7, so 1 guy is not going to be enough to make a difference. So you're doing all right. Killed 2 of them and only lost 1 Liberator so far. But we go into Battle Round 2. You got to roll to see who goes first. On a 4+, it'll be you. 1, 2, or 3, it'll be the Troggoths. Go ahead. It's the Troggoths. Let's roll to see what happens to our Rockgut Troggoth. He's close, so on a 4, he's going to hold. So I would normally roll for regeneration for him, but he's not hurt, so he's just going to throw boulders at the nearest, which will be the Liberators. So I'm going to have to roll a 1 for him to successfully throw boulders. No. Then we'll see what the Fellwater Troggoths do. Hey, they're no longer dumbstruck. They are going to charge. They're going to take the shortest path to you and then try to charge. And they make it. They needed a 6 to charge, and they got a 7. So in come the Fellwater Troggoths. Now, only 2 of them are going to be able to fight you, but these guys are nasty. It's -1 to hit them. Now I go to the charge phase. I'm going to select the Fellwater Troggoths to fight first. Don't think I can get the third one in, but let's see. Never mind, he is within 2 inches, so all 3 of them will fight your Liberators. Swinging their spiked clubs, hitting on 3s. Ugh, that was a bad roll. Actually, I guess it was okay. It looked worse than it was. And then it's 3s to wound. Oh boy, you're in trouble now. Only -1 Ren, so you got a 5-up save. Woo! You get to re-roll 1s, though, because of your shield. So pick those up and roll them again. Okay, so that saves you 1 more. So these are 2 damage each, so they're going to kill 2 guys. So first, kill the guy that's already hurt, and then kill 1 more. And then we'll wound 1 more. Which I'm assuming you want to keep at the back. Yeah. Oof! That was a hard hit. Who's going to fight Elijah? The Lord Celestant. He's going to fight and try to kill that Rockgut Troggoth. Only hitting on 3s now with his Sigmar Rune Blade because he does not have his command ability on. 1, 2, 2 hits. 3s to wound. Uh-oh, only 1. A -1 Ren, so 6-up save. And then I ignore that on a 5+. I take the wound. And then your Warhammer hits on 4s. Ooh, they both hit. And wounds on 3s. And they both wound. No Ren, so 5-up save. I don't save them, and 5 to ignore. I don't ignore them! So now the Rockgut Troggoth is going to attack your Liberators. Hits on 3s. Wounds on 3s. Oh, one of them gets through. You get a 6-up save, because it's -2 rend. Oh, you get to reroll 1s, because of your shield. You need that 6, otherwise it's 3 damage. Oof! So 3 damage, that'll kill the one that's already hurt, and 1 more. You've lost a lot of guys this round, Elijah. So now your 4 Liberators out front can fight back. This one has a choice if he wants to fight the Fellwater Troggoths or the Rockgut, but he has to fight the Rockgut. So how would you like this guy to fight? The Fellwater Troggoths?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 of them into the green guys, and 1 of them to try to finish off that Rockgut. Let's try to kill the Rockgut first. You hit him on 4s. Oh, well, he's not going to die. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Into the Fellwater now. They're stinky, so it's -1 to hit them. So you're going to be hitting on 5s. Yikes! None of them hit! Uh-oh! You're in trouble. Mm-hmm. Battle Shock. You lost 4 guys this turn. And their bravery 7, so you're going to roll a die, and if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you're fine. But if you roll higher than that, you'll lose more guys. So roll 1, 2, or 3. Oh, you're good. No more of them run away. On to Stormcast Eternals, turn 2. So everybody's within 3 inches of the enemy, so none of them can move unless you want to retreat, which means they won't be able to shoot or fight. You don't want that, right? No. So we'll go straight to the shooting phase. So do you want to shoot with your Judicators first or with your Lord Celestant first?
Lord Celestant.
D6 shots with his special cape. 1. You want to fire at the Fellwater Troggoth or him? You want to try to finish him off? On a 4+, you'll kill him. Maybe. 4+, you did a mortal wound, which he ignores on 5 or a 6. Oh, you got him! Yeah. Woo! That was close. And now the Judicators can fire at the Fellwater Troggoths. Hitting on 3s. Not bad. Oh, and 2s for the white one. Wounding on 3s. Ooh! Only 3 of them get through. They're -1 rend though, so I have only a 6-up save. I do not make any. And Fellwater Troggoths do not ignore damage. So one of them is just going to take 3 damage and be down to 1. And we go straight to combat because you were already locked in combat with me. Do you want to fight with the Liberators first or with your Lord Celestant first?
Lord Celestant.
He's going to pile in first and then attack. Do you want to use your command point to get everybody +1 to hit?
Yes.
Starting with this blade, which will now hit on 2s. Ooh, good thing you did the +1, otherwise those would be misses. 3s to wound. Oh, sorry, those 2 were misses. They're stinky, it's -1 to hit them. So I'm just going to say that these 2 were the ones that should have been misses. So these 2 wound him. -1 Ren, so I get 6 up saves. Ooh, I don't make any of those, so that finishes off the 1 Fellwater Troggoth and injures the next. And then your blade, +1 to hit, -1 to hit, so you're hitting on 4s. They both hit. Wounding on 3s. 1 wounds, and I get a 5 up save, which I fail. Ugh, down to 2. Well, now they're going to swing into your Liberators. Swing their big spiked clubs, hitting you on 3s. It's all right. And wounding you on 3s. Oh boy, you're in trouble. That's 4 wounds. -1 Ren, so you got a 5 up save. You need 5s and 6s. Oh! Look at that, you made 3 5s.
Actually, I survived.
You survived. Well, one of them's going to die, because that one that got through did 2 damage. So one of them will die. Usually one in the back. Yeah. Whew, you're down to only 4 of them. But now this last guy can pile in, and the 4 of them can attack. Hitting on 4s, thanks to the help of your Lord Celestant. Oh, it's all right. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. I get a 5 up save against those. Oh, I don't make any, and you kill another one of the Fellwater Troggoths. Only 1 remains. I think you're going to win this. The question then is just how many of your guys died trying, right? Because if you lose a lot of them in the first game, that'll be tough in your following games. Battle Shock phase, it doesn't matter for me. You only lost 1 guy, and your bravery 7, which means you don't have to worry about it. Elijah doesn't have to understand all these rules. I'm just saying them for people who are watching. Battle round 3. On a 1, 2, or 3, I get to go 1 more time before you kill me. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, it's the troll's turn. So what does he do? Anything but a 1 will be good. 4, which is just a hold. If I roll a 6, by the way, he rampages. He gets to fight twice. And so first off, we'll see if he regenerates on a 4+. He does not get his hit point back or his wound back. Next, he's going to vomit all over your Liberators. Hitting on a 2. It's gross. 2s to hit. It hit. 3s to wound. It wounds. -2 Rens, you get a 6 up save. No. And it does D3 damage, so this could kill another Liberator. It does not. So 1 more is wounded. But then he's going to attack, and he gets to go first, so I'm going to swing at your Liberators. Hitting them on 3s. Oh, 3 hits. Wounding them on 3s. 2 wounds. 5 up save against this attack. Oh, you get to reroll the 1. Otherwise, you're going to lose a guy. Oh, they survive! He holds up his shield and holds back the spiked club. So who wants to fight him first, the Lord Celestant or the Liberators?
Lord Celestant.
So you might as well just wrap around a little bit, leaving more room for your Liberators. I'm stinky, though, and you don't have your command ability, so you're going to be hitting on 4s with your Rune Blade. Only 1 hit. 3s to wound? No wound. And then he has his Warhammer, which will hit on 5s. 1 hits, and that'll wound on 3s. That's a wound, at least, with a 5 up save, which I fail. So I'm down to 2 wounds. Now the Liberators get to try. They're going to pile in. Hitting on 5s. Oh, not bad. 4 hits. 3s to wound. You got 2 wounds. That's all that I have left, but I have a 5 up save, Elijah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm alive! It's okay, though. You get to go next and just kill me. So we'll go straight into your turn. Who wants to try to kill him? You want him to throw his... You want them to finish him off? Yeah. So that's a lot of arrows. You think that's a little overkill, maybe?
That's to make sure.
Hitting on 3s. 2s for the white one. And 3s to wound. Whew! Well, unless I roll 5 6s, he is dead. Well, I got 1 6. And the Fellwater Troggoth is felled by the arrows of the Judicators.
Overkill.
Overkill. Overkill. There's no kill like overkill, right?
Yeah.
And you have claimed the treasure for yourself. Let's see what the treasure is. Let's find out how many of your guys died. Which one do you want to do first? You want to see what the treasure is? Or you want to see how many of your guys died?
Treasure.
Treasure. So you get to choose an artifact of power. Now, Elijah doesn't know what all these are, so I'm just going to kind of give him a quick description and you'll choose. You can roll to get a weapon, or you can roll to get special armor, or if you can roll to get a special, just regular artifact that might do something different. So obviously a weapon is going to make your attacks better, armor is going to make you more survivable, but then there's also the just regular artifacts that might have other effects. What would you like it to be?
The artifacts.
They're just a regular, okay, so they're really,
Actually,
no, there's really good ones in everything.
Artifacts.
Artifact, okay. Roll a d6 to see what it is. 4. That is the Seed of Rebirth. In your hero phase, you roll a die for the bearer. On a 4+, he heals a wound.
Ooh.
So basically every turn that you play, on a 4+, you heal.
Ooh.
It's the Seed of Rebirth. Now we have 6 Liberators that were taken out as casualties. We got to see if any of them are permanent casualties, being sent back in a lightning to the realm of Azir. So you're going to roll 6 dice, and for every one of them is dead. Oh, no ones! That's pretty darn lucky. So you take no casualties, and you got the artifact as you head deeper into the territory of the Troggoths. Find out in the next episode, which is in the MiniWarGaming Vault. Episodes 2 and 3 will be for our Vault subscribers, and at least episode 2 will be in the links in the description below to find out how the Lord Celestant fares as he hunts for the Troggoth King. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Wash your hands,
Okay.
and happy wargaming.